Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Friday, August 25th. Today's a big day this week. We'll get right into it. But first, we'll start off the economic calendar. We got the durable goods orders for today, and this is covering the month of July. So back in June, we had a pretty good month at 6.4%. Forecast for July was supposed to drop 6.9% and drop down to 6.8%. So pretty much right in line is what they expected here. Now, when you strip out the big ticket items that can create the volatility of these big swings here, we got the transport, like big airplanes and stuff like Boeing, those guys. So we stripped those guys out and go with more of the core capital goods orders in July. So June had basically nothing; it was pretty dead. But in July had a nice modest increase of 0.4% here. So obviously not great news, but obviously it could be worse as well. Let's take a look here at the headline news. So stock market's up. It's been kind of up and down today. The market started up, and then we had speeches with Yellen and Draghi. Janet Yellen had her speech earlier today. It didn't excite the stock market, so some of them actually turned negative at one point, and now they're at this current point they're up. What she basically did was they were disappointed because she really didn't talk about the policy going forward. They're looking for information towards any rate hikes, how they're gonna when and how they're gonna unwind the balance sheet, and there's nothing on there. Basically, she talked about the banking regulations after the post-crisis to the financial system, and that's all she talked about. So they were disappointed on any information they got. Now, Mario Draghi is going to be speaking about noon here at Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock East Coast. And he's kind of a person that's been known to go off the script. So they're hoping to get more information. And he could, with his speech, he could definitely move the markets late in the day today, especially heading into the weekend here. He's a person that what they're going to be looking for is when and how are they going to stop tapering their quantitative easing. They've still been in the quantitative easing phase in Europe. And but they're getting to a point where they're going to probably start tapering, and the euro of late has been rising as well. It's getting a lot stronger, so they're going to be looking towards that, and they're hoping to get some information from him as to how he might taper, and you might see markets move accordingly. Now, the stock market is up now primarily because since Yellen kind of disappointed, that there's also talk out of D.C. about tax reform talk. So there's supposed to be an announcement next week. I think the president's going to go ahead and give a speech next week on tax reform, give his proposal next week. So this will be kind of interesting to see how things play out. You know, like everything, we've been kind of disappointed when things have been brought up and then come back. Just nothing happened. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, next week is more. Tax reform has been kind of brought back on the table, and it's supposed to get announced next week. Now, something that's kind of moving the not a lot, but kind of moving the oil markets is the Hurricane Harvey. Hurricane Harvey is looks like it could be, by the time it reaches coast in Texas, could be a Category 3. This is probably one of the largest possible hurricanes that hit in about a decade. So this is something definitely to watch, and we hope that the people in Texas and the places where it strikes will be, we pray for their safety, basically, is what I'm trying to say. We hope that everybody will be fine, and hopefully this will just be, not as bad as what they're anticipating. So we'll keep our prayers for those people. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here at the bond market. And the bond market's up right now about 8 basis points. So as you saw yesterday, we started way down. We did go up. We were down compared to the previous day of Wednesday, but we were up for the day. Today, we're up again. We're up almost to the same level as we were Wednesday, pretty much the high of the week. But in this level, if you kind of look, in this level, we're kind of pretty much at the height of where we've been for quite some time. So even back in June, when we had a nice little spike or a nice improvement in rates, we're basically at that level right now. So we're basically at the level where the best we've seen for a while, at least this year, 2017. Let me see that. November last year, just before the election, was a pretty good time, but we're not at those levels as of yet. So I wouldn't say we have an improvement because, again, it's only about 8 basis points currently from where we left off yesterday. So that pretty much concludes it. So there's really no improvement. But again, expect some volatility later in the day. As we mentioned, Mario Draghi will be speaking, and he has been known to go off the script and could move markets one way or the other. So if you guys want more updates, which, if you want to hear how Mario Draghi's speech went, go ahead and come over to Twitter. You can find me at Mike Bjork, and you'll get more updates throughout the day there. Also, if you guys are in the market for a mortgage, we got a lot of different types of mortgages, from bank statements to self-employment to reverse mortgages to your regular conventional USDA, VA, jumbo loans. We got a lot of great jumbo loans, from where you could do asset inclusion to foreign nationals to a lot of different variations. Feel free to reach out for me for your scenario, and I'll see what we could do to see what kind of solution we can provide for you guys. Email is the best way to contact me. Otherwise, I hope all is well with you guys, and I look forward to see you guys on Monday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.